Welcome to the Best of Central Florida. I am Justin Clark. I will never forget. The year was 2002. I was in law school up in Boston, hanging out at the Beantown pub to be exact. A classmate comes over, introduces himself. He said he was from Orlando. I was shocked. I thought Orlando was theme parks, chain restaurants, maybe a water park or two. Who would have thought that now 20 years later, I would have lived here for 15 of them? Who would have thought I would raise my 2 little girls here? Who would have thought I would fall in love with Central Florida? It's a hidden gem, great restaurants, sports teams, booming art scene, the Wekiva River, the beaches, and yes, even the theme parks. From Ponce Inlet to Port Canaveral, Viera to Valcaria, this is the best of Central Florida. What a show we have lined up today. Best fine dining in Central Florida. You can thank me later. Michaela Nichols is here, my good friend. Hello, Michaela. How are you?
Good, Justin.
Do you think of me as bougie, like I only go to nice places, or do I have a little bit of, I can go either way?
I think it's really funny you have to ask me that because you're 100% bougie.
I totally disagree, but I do like fine dining. What about you? I know our audience thinks that you are full-blown only fine dining, but I've seen you have a little bit of a range. You can go either way.
I do have a range. I mean, I think we both kind of do, but obviously we like the finer things in life.
But what better way to celebrate a date, to have a good time, a Friday night, a Saturday night, than going to one of the finest restaurants we have in Central Florida? We have some great ones.
We do.
Not only do we have great restaurants here, we have 3 amazing restaurants lined up for you today. Here's what we're gonna do. Quick break, but when we return, our 3 favorite fine dining restaurants in all of Central Florida.
It is no secret that I love fine dining, so this was an absolute easy choice for me. Michaela's choice for best fine dining is Cuisine, Restaurant and Lounge, and I am joined by the owner, Zoran. I hear people call you Z.
Yeah, it's easier. It's easier.
I like it. Well, welcome. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. Appreciate you having me on the show.
Of course. So tell us a little bit about your favorite dinner items, because before we started, I mean, I'm like looking at the entrees, and obviously I've been there, but what are your favorites?
Well, besides the steaks that we sell a lot of steaks, my favorite to do is the Chilean sea bass. That's my first favorite. We kind of marinate it in a miso glaze, which is fermented soy. We added with a little medium Chinese wine, touch of honey, and then we have inside, we obviously puree that, and we keep the sea bass in. So it sits for a couple of hours, and then we just sear it. And then with that side, we do a grilled bok choy. And bok choy is the Chinese cabbage, and it's really healthy, it's really cool. And then the side with that also, I do a basmati rice, but a little different. We saute the onions, fresh ginger, and then when we cook it, we do it with the ponzu. And then just little ice cream on a cake, I always say. A little bit of Thai chili peppers, red for color, and cilantro to cool you off.
Wow.
That's my favorite, but also my second favorite is the veal chop. It's hard to find a good veal chop anywhere. And that's my favorite. It comes with the asparagus risotto, and we call it Parmesan crust. Well, it's not traditional Parmesan that you basically pound that make it thin, you deep fry it. That's not the case. We cast iron it in a little butter and rosemary and garlic. Then the crust is made of butter, onion, panko breadcrumb, and Parmesan cheese and a little bit of truffle oil. So that's basically when it's puree, it comes with the butter mix, puts it on the top, and then we finish it in a 500-degree salamander. So that's besides all of it. But we specialize a lot in steaks. So you want a good steak, Cuisine is the choice.
Definitely. So I love that you're really focused on like, your sauces. And I think you refer to it as zip and zap a little bit of your sauce. A little touch.
Of which sauce you would like?
Oh, whichever one. I mean,
Okay, well, I'll give you the classic French Bordelaise. Well, that's not really fast sauce, but it's very flavorful. It comes with the butter, shallots, and beef bone marrow. That goes together with good Bordeaux wine, reduces, and then we add veal stock. So that sauce takes me about an hour and a half to make it.
Wow. So
And that's kind of mother of the sauces. And then for that, we do a Remy Martin sauce, which is classic a pave sauce. And then also I do creamy Bordelaise, which is part of the Wagyu beef ravioli. And we do a short rib, little bit dab on that when we cook it. So it's fine, but we do also a lot of soup. My soups, amazing crab chowder and onion soup are just, you can have 100-degree, which we always have in Florida.
Yeah.
That sells. I'm like, it's hard. How do you eat that much?
Definitely. Well,
But I'm proud. It's a good flavor. So we cook everything from scratch. Me and my crew, we love the menu. We love the environment that we created. We have a piano bar. We have a beautiful lounge, as you can see. The martinis, we do all from scratch martini. My favorite martini is the Empress Lavender Gin. We do that with lemon juice, a little bit of the, obviously, Empress Gin. It's Canadian. It's with lavender in it. And we do egg white.
Yum.
And we shake that and it comes in a glass. And it's just great.
Perfect.
Then we have happy hour, Thursday through Saturday. So a lot of things going on. In my opinion is that if you have a good, successful restaurant, you got to create every day something different for your customers. So my customer says, well, when we come over, we don't know what it's going to happen. So that's why I love it. And then you have places that just always is the same. But it's the way you run your business.
Talk to me a little bit about the ambience. Like, obviously, you're right next to the beach.
Well, as I mentioned before, we don't really see the ocean, but we are right on A1A, and on the other side is the houses, and right away is the beach. We can hear the waves at night, but it's funny. Sometimes, I tell you a little story. We are big on open table, so the gentleman says, well, I have anniversary with my wife. Make sure I have the table by the window with the ocean view. I'm like, duh. I would love to have it, but obviously it's not there.
Of course.
So, but it's just the ambience. It's fine dining, smooth jazz, not slow service, but service to detail, because my food is detailed as well. And we average hours on dining is about 2 hours, 2.5. So we don't rush them. We ask them first if they want a martini. Wine list is big. We have a wine cellar. So I mean, I love it because I love my creations that you put detail on everything. So far, we are getting just, how do you call that, on the charts? We go up.
Off the charts.
We're happy.
Definitely.
Happy.
Well, thank you so much. And obviously, your fine dining speaks for itself with all your awards. So thank you. And go do yourself a favor and check out Cuisine. And we will be right back with People's Choice after this short break.
Welcome back, and this is not going to be a surprise to you at all. People's Choice for Best Fine Dining in Central Florida goes to our good friends at Chef's Table, a place that you and I know well.
Yes, very well.
A place we've been to very many times. So happy to have the owner, founder of Chef's Table, Laurie Tartaris here. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you. I am doing great. I would do better if my husband was in town, but he's not. But Kevin Tartar is the other owner.
All right. We'll give him credit, Kevin. I know you're up fixing the house in North Carolina. Whatever. Chef's Table. What an amazing place there in Winter Garden.
Thank
Tell
you.
me about Chef's Table.
Thank you. So Chef's Table was something, we opened it in May of 2008, and people thought we were crazy because everything that was going on in the economy. And but we were living in Winter Garden, and we were tired of driving to Winter Park and Sand Lake Row and Disney every time we wanted to have a celebratory dinner. So we found out that this little space was open in the Edgewater Hotel, and we decided to go for it. We opened a little 9-table, 30-seat restaurant, and we made it a 3-course dinner experience and offered optional wine pairings, and we didn't know how it would how everyone would take to it, but it ended up being very popular.
Yeah, my favorite form of dining certainly is the chef's table, meaning you don't have to choose what you're going to have for dinner that night. The chef's choice that night. That's what you do every night at Chef's Table.
Yeah. So you can, a lot of guests do tell that we have 4 choices to choose from in every course, but a lot of the guests actually will just say, why don't you pick for me? Most couples that come in, they'll just say, make sure we each get something different so we can share.
Yeah, I love that. And this is not your first award, by the way. You've had plenty of awards. Tell me about them.
Thank you. We have. Well, most recently we won Best Brunch because we also have we've grown since 2008. We now have 165 seats, and we have 2 concepts coming out of the same original kitchen. So our other concept is our tasting room, and recently we won Best Brunch. So that's really popular, and it's open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays from 11 to 2:30.
How are we doing on reservations now? I need to call far in advance, or what do you think?
Well, in our tasting room, you can text about 30 minutes to an hour before you arrive, and then we'll just kind of text you back. If we have a wait, we'll put your name on the list. Chef's Table, you definitely want a reservation because even though we've grown and we have 18 tables now instead of 9, especially on the weekends, we do 2 seatings, and it does stay pretty busy.
Talk to me about the brunch really quickly, because the brunch there is fantastic. I've been there for brunch. Tell me about your brunch.
Yeah, so the brunch has, our signature item on there is probably our shrimp and grits, but honestly, we offer it every night in the tasting room because it's that popular. But we have some of the popular things like our chicken and waffles and our lobster Benedict, and sometimes we'll do like a pork belly Benedict, but keep in mind the menu changes a lot too. So you may come in and that's not there this week because the chefs like to play around with it.
Beautiful. Last time I was there, the cocktail program, there was a drink with the smoke coming out. Your cocktail program is fantastic. Tell me about that.
Thanks. So that's the newest cocktail. That's our, it's a smoked Sazerac that we've created. And then the other popular cocktail is our Harvest Sidecar. And both of those are probably like really neck and neck right now for being 2 of our top sellers. But we have won best craft cocktails before and best appetizers for our tasting room. So the tasting room and the chef's table kind of, they both do very well.
Yeah, one of the easiest, greatest, I would say, things about having the chef kind of choose the items for you in some ways is they'll also choose wine for you.
We have an optional wine pairing that we started when we first opened, and I was kind of surprised to see how many guests were like, yeah, do it all. I don't want to think about a thing. But we do have an advanced sommelier that's in our chef's table, and he takes care of those wine pairings, and it's really popular.
As many times as I've been down there, I was at your restaurant when Winter Garden wasn't really that awesome. It wasn't. I feel like you're the patriarch of Winter Garden. Winter Garden's changed. Winter Garden has gotten cool.
Oh yeah, it's much different than 2008. There were a few restaurants that were open before we opened up, but I think the difference is that we started getting write-ups and awards. So we kind of brought so people started coming from all over Orlando to come have a date night at our place. So we kind of, I think we helped put Winter Garden on the map a little bit with culinary.
So much so that you have really helped the scene down there as well, to the point where you bought a neighborhood bar as well.
I did buy the, we did.
Did you talk to your husband about this, or did you just go do it?
No, it was actually his suggestion, not mine.
Right. I just want to make sure.
A friend of mine was selling the attic door, and she called and was talking to me about it, and then my husband heard me talking to her about it, and he's like, I think we should buy it. And I was like, well, I don't know. We've been going there for 12 years. We've loved the attic. We were going into the attic door because they always had a musician playing, and it was just kind of laid back, easy breezy.
Right.
And we were excited to keep that going, but to add a little bit more to the food menu.
Unbelievable. You're doing a great job down there. Favorite thing about Chef's Table in one sentence? What do you think, Michaela?
I just love the fact that I don't have to necessarily choose. Like, the options are laid out for me because we all know I'm a little bit indecisive. So it's very helpful to have Chef's Table like that.
You're doing such a great job down there. Tell me about the chef, by the way. What a great, fantastic team you have.
So, it's funny you bring that up. So we've had the same, the executive chef that we've had actually started with us about 11 years ago as a prep chef and just kind of moved his way up. And eventually we just gave him the reins because he understood the things that we wanted to make sure were highlighted at the restaurant. He kept our signature items on, but my husband really wanted him to have fun. If you're going to take over the kitchen, then you create it and you have fun. And that was David Lampman. And he's still with us, but he's ready to go on to a little bit less of a role. So his right-hand chef, who is Jeff Averso, she's just become our new executive chef, and she's been creating food alongside with David, and we're just we love promoting from within.
Wow.
Because when you know they can create food
Yes.
and they can amaze people what's going on in their palates, you want them to stay on.
What
So,
a great restaurant.
yeah.
What a great job. Laurie
Thank
Tarter, thank you for
you.
being here.
Thanks
Kevin,
for
we'll see you
inviting
soon,
me.
buddy. We'll get you on here next time. If you haven't done it, you need to go check out Chef's Table in Winter Park.
Winter Garden.
Winter Garden. Justin's Choice is up next. Welcome back to the show. My favorite portion of the show. It's time for Justin's Choice, where best fine dining restaurant in Central Florida goes to our good friends at Mesa Grill, Mediterranean Grill. Mo is here. You kind of run the
Hey,
show
how's it
over
going?
there. Tell me about your restaurant. What a great spot.
So we're a Mediterranean restaurant in Baldwin Park in Orlando. We've been there for 3 years. It's Mediterranean generally, and then focused mostly on Lebanese food. We're known for our wonderful Mediterranean cuisine, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. We have a beautiful selection of wine, Lebanese wines, Greek wines, Italian wines, Napa wines. So a lot of people come to our restaurants, not just for the dining experience, but for the wines as well.
What does meza mean, by the way?
So meza means appetizers. Generally, you go to Lebanon if you ever get the chance to visit.
Love to.
Beautiful country. Unfortunate situations now there, but if you go to a restaurant there and you start ordering, you can tell the server or the waiter, just give me the meza, and he will just throw down a bunch of appetizers on the table for everybody to share, and that's where it comes from.
What a great way to dine. We
perfect.
love that. Love sharing the
Yeah.
appetizers for the whole table. Tell me about the experience. I've been there. Awesome, beautiful restaurant, great food, great wine. When I walk in, what do I feel?
So it's a beautiful ambiance. It's a beautiful place. It's not super fancy. It's casual, but still very nice and elegant. We have a beautiful bar, top shelf. Any whiskeys, any vodkas, any liquor that you really
Right,
want, other
of
than
course.
the wines and the beers. We do have Lebanese beers as well. Our serving staff is very, very friendly. Our owner, his name is Nazi, but you can call him Joe.
Joe.
That's what he goes by.
Okay.
Yeah, his middle name. Yeah. He's been in the industry for 40 years.
Oh,
He
wow.
makes all the food himself.
Really?
He's there almost every day. And from open to close, and all the food is made by him. So consistency is what you will always get
So Joe's in the kitchen every day.
every day.
Unbelievable. What's that like, having the owner there every day, caring
great.
so
It's
much
great.
about his food, about his wine program, about his customers at the end of the day?
So he's very passionate about what he does. He's super passionate about what he does. At times it can get intense, but that's the industry we're in,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, he's a great guy. I would call him a public figure in Orlando.
Right.
Everybody comes in, asks for him right away.
Of course. Now, he's not screaming at you like Gordon Ramsay, though.
Nah, not usually.
That's all right. So the wine program there, fantastic. I've had a lot of your wines. Tell me about the wine program. What do you have?
So we have, like I said, we have a bunch of wines going from Lebanese to Greek to whites, reds. We got Napa wines. We have a lot of nice cabs, a lot of nice Merlots from Napa. From Lebanon, we have a lot of wines. They're usually blends. We have aged wines as well, so you'll find all the way from 95 till today.
Really? How would you describe the wine in Lebanon?
So in Lebanon, it's usually blends.
Okay.
They use a mix of Syrah grapes, Cab Franc, and they're great wines. You know, it's a great, what's the word that I'm looking for? Climate that we
Sure.
have in Lebanon. We have 4 seasons, so the wines come out really nice.
It's Meza Mediterranean Grill, but it's Lebanese food. What's the difference?
Yeah.
How do those work together?
So the whole region usually is very similar when
Okay.
it comes to food. You know, the spices make the difference and the way it's prepared. So, I mean, you go to Turkey, you go to Greece, you go to Lebanon, you go to Syria, you're gonna find mostly the same ingredients, but it's just prepared differently.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What a great spot. You got to check it out. You haven't been there yet. Wait, I promise you need to check it out. It's fantastic.
I mean,
We
I
will
have
take
to.
care of you. Yeah.
I'm sure they'll take good care of you.
You said
Mo
wine
just
and
told
you had
you.
me hooked.
Absolutely. Appetizers, excellent appetizers there. Tell me about the appetizers.
So again, we have a very nice or a large selection of appetizers, from hummus to baba ganoush. If you're familiar
Oh,
with
yeah.
baba
Oh,
ganoush,
yeah.
Absolutely.
So
smoked
yummy.
eggplant, yeah. We have our stuffed grape leaves, dolmades.
Love
We make them
Ooh,
fresh
yes.
in the restaurant. Those are great as well. We're known for our lentil soup. People come in just to order the lentil soup a lot of times.
How does Lebanese food compare to, say, a Greek restaurant?
So, it's a good question. So, the Greek food is mostly going to be, how can I say it? You know, you're going to find a lot of fried stuff. They like to fry.
Right.
Their meats are different a little bit. You know, our chicken kebabs and our beef kebabs, our lamb kebabs, they're prepared differently a
Right.
little bit closer to the Turkish cuisine, but still different.
Got to tell me 2 or 3 of the most popular main dish items over at Meza. Talk
Well,
to
the
me.
chicken kebabs, you can never miss those.
I
You know,
bet.
every time you come in, you're gonna want to look at those. Our lamb kebabs, our lamb chops are wonderful. Beef kebabs, all our kebabs are great. We also have salmon, you know, as a fish entree. We do have some specials every now and then. Unfortunately, since COVID hit, we've been holding back on
Sure.
those, but as things get back, then we'll have those specials more often.
Mo, excellent job today. Meza Mediterranean Grill, you got to check
Thank
it
you.
out. It's fantastic.
Appreciate
And really, it's fine dining, but it can be healthy in a way as well.
It is
you know?
super healthy, so we have a lot of vegetarian options
Right.
as well.
Awesome.
Like I said, the grape leaves, falafels,
Yep.
you know.
Love
Beautiful.
falafel.
Yeah.
Excellent job, Mo. Great to see you. Thanks for coming
Thank
in
you,
here.
guys.
Congratulations on the
Appreciate
big
it.
win. Well, there you have it. I've said it all.
You have.
Are you hungry?
I am. I'm very
starving right
hungry.
now.
I
I got to
mean-
tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go from here?
I mean, we have 3 places. We
I
have
know.
to go to all 3 of them.
All 3 tonight?
Yes.
Appetizer, entree, dessert. 3 different
Of
places.
course.
You're driving?
No, you can drive.
Excellent job today, Michaela Nichols. Thank you for joining us today, and congratulations to our winners today. Most importantly, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us every weekend here on Best of Central Florida. Do me a favor, could you hit record series now, and we'll see you next week for more Best of Central Florida.